Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton, born on 7th January 1985, is a British racing driver. He currently competes in Formula One Mercedes, having driven for McLaren from 2007 to 2012. In Formula One, Hamilton has won a joint record 7 World Drivers' Championships titles tied with Michael Schumacher, and holds the record of the most wins 101 pole positions, 177 podium finishes, amongst others. Born and raised in Stevenage, Hertfordshire, Hamilton joined the McLaren Young Driver Program in 1998. This led to a Formula One drive with McLaren in 2007, making Hamilton the first and so far only black driver to race in the series. That season, Hamilton set numerous records as he finished runners-up to Kimi Räikkönen by 1 point. The following season, he won his maiden title in dramatic fashion, making a crucial overtake on the last lap of the last race in the season to become the then youngest Formula One world champion in history.
Yeah, I always wanted to ride bikes. I always wanted a motorbike when I was a kid, and my dad always wanted me to get me a go-kart, so I'm grateful he did, but I wanted to ride bikes ever since then, and that passion's never left me. Well, I mean, there are massive differences in the sense of, in the Formula 1 car, we don't have to worry about the safety aspects anywhere near as much as they do on the bikes. When I've ridden a bike, you're so much more free, it's quite a lot more dynamic. But in terms of like understanding braking distances and lines, there's a lot in common we have in terms of riders and drivers. Well, I just got my permanent pass given to me, so I have a permanent pass now, which I'm really grateful for. And yeah, now I can nag Petronas to give me a ride on their bikes. So anytime I want, pretty much.
After 4 years with McLaren, Hamilton signed with Mercedes in 2013. Changes to the regulations for 2014 mandating the use of turbo hybrid engines saw the start of a highly successful period for Hamilton, during which he has won 6 further drivers' titles. Consecutive titles came in 2014 and 2015 during an intense rivalry with teammate Nico Rosberg. Following Rosberg's retirement, Ferrari Sebastian Vettel became Hamilton's closest rival in 2 intense championships battles, in which Hamilton twice overturned mid-season point deficits to claim consecutive titles again in 2017 and 2018. His third and fourth consecutive titles followed in 2019 and 2020 to equal Schumacher's record of 7 drivers' titles. Hamilton has been accredited with furthering Formula One's global following by appealing to a broader audience outside the sport, in part due to his high-profile lifestyle, environmental and social activism, and exploits in music and fashion. He has also become a prominent advocate in support of activism to combat racism and push for increased diversity in motorsport. Hamilton was listed in the 2020 issue of Time as one of the 100 most influential people globally and was knighted in the 2021 New Year honors. Just like other blacks in the European limelight, Hamilton has been subjected to racial discrimination several times, but he has always come against all odds to win the races almost all times. Amongst other stars, he openly condemned the murder of George Floyd and supported the Black Lives Matter movement, calling for respect to humanity and equality regardless of one's race. Hamilton was born on 7th January 1985 in Stevenage, Hertfordshire, England. His father, Anthony Hamilton, is black and is of Grenadian descent, while his mother, Carmen Lebalestia, is white, making him mixed race. Hamilton has identified as black. Hamilton's parents separated when he was 2, after which he lived with his mother and other older half-sisters, Samantha and Nicola, until he was 12. Hamilton then lived with his father, stepmother Linda, and his half-brother Nicholas, who is also a professional racing driver. Hamilton is raised a Catholic. Hamilton is educated at the John Henry Newman School, a voluntary aided Catholic secondary school in Stevenage. At the age of 5, Hamilton took up karate and defended himself as a result of bullying at school. He was also excluded from school for a period when he was mistakenly identified as having attacked a fellow student who was treated in hospital for their injuries. In addition to racing, he played association football for his school team with eventual England international Ashley Young. Hamilton, an Arsenal fan, said that if Formula One had not worked for him, he would have been a footballer or a cricketer, having played for both of his teams in school. He would later join karting and later became the youngest Formula One driver ever.